That's the sound of a bird that you might hear when you're walking down the street by a river in Panama. Or, as some other people might say, it's the sound of the old hag, La Turivieja. The tale goes, years ago, there was a family that lived in the countryside in Panama. They had two boys and one daughter. The daughter, as she grew more and more beautiful. Unfortunately, as she grew older, as she became an older teen and her early young adult, she liked to party. And party she did. She partied a lot. She enjoyed time out with friends, and the way they would say it in Panama, a saying goes, donde sonaba la lata, ella estaba. What that means in English, where a can sounded, there she goes to dance. She was also very flirtatious. She liked to lead boys on, young men on, and have nothing to do with them. She was an old school, say, friend zone to the extreme. She enjoyed her time out partying. Her mother used to talk to her and scold her. Why don't you settle? She was in her early 20s, but she would have none of it. She would tell her mother, life is meant to be lived. So in old school, again, YOLO. She still partied on. She enjoyed it. She had fun. Then one day, it was a Friday, she got ready for her party as normal. And this party she went to, she actually met a man she hadn't met before. He was a traveling salesman. And he was different. And she saw that he was different. What was different is they actually had a little connection. And there was love at first sight. The next day, he had to leave. He was traveling. But he came back often. And they went out often in the months to come. They courted for a few months, and he finally dropped the question, will you marry me? He said, oh, see, yes. She was very happy. Her parents were very happy. She was finally settling down. That's great. Things will change. A year passed, and within the year, she bore a child. A sickly boy who needed constant care. Unfortunately, she was reverting back to her old ways. As soon as the husband would leave on his business trips, she would immediately get ready and go, for a party. Her mother would scold her because, of course, she had the sickly boy. He needed constant care. She would have none of it. I'll take care of him, don't worry. But she still wanted to go out to party. One August evening, as her husband had left already, she was getting ready to go to a party. She got dressed in her favorite dress, a nice cream-colored, lace-filled dress that her mother had made her. The boy had been crying for over an hour because he was hungry. Her mother, of course, scolded her and said, You're going to be punished if you do not take care of this boy. The priority is your children, and then whatever life throws at you. Instead of listening to her mother, she wanted to go away. She took the boy out of the house and went to a barn that was close by. And she said, I'm going to take care of him, and I'll go to this barn and take care of him. She never made it there. She went to a river that was close by a river bend, and she decided to leave the boy there. She said, "Oh, I'll be back. I'll be here a few hours. He'll be all right. I'll just leave him here and go." She had her horse nearby, already ready to go to another party. So she left the boy there, got on her horse. She wanted to get there quickly, so come on, let's go. She got to a point where there was a trail that split in two. The left went to the river, and then the right went to the village and to the party. She wanted to get there early, so she urged the horse on. As she urged him on, it took a wrong turn. She lost control. It went to the left side where it was more dangerous. It was rocky. It was steep. It was a steep hill. The horse lifted up and she fell. The next day, her mother was worried. She had not heard from her daughter or anything about the boy either. She sent the boys, her sons, to the village and look for them. Nobody knew where they were. Nobody had found out anything. They created a search party and started looking more. A few days passed, nothing. The village had given up hope. The mother still had hope, of course. She prayed to God and asked, "Where's my daughter? What happened to her? Is she dead or is she alive?" She wanted to know, of course. That evening, she had a dream. She had a dream that she saw an old ragged woman in a cave in a cream-colored dress full of lace that was broken down, her hair all messed up. And she knew when she woke, that's it, that's my daughter. She is being punished by God because she did not treat the boy well. Days passed after the dream. An old man came to the river around where the girl had dropped the boy off and found the boy, the cadaver of the boy. They found him, they put him to rest, gave him a proper funeral and burial. And days after that, villagers would come by the river and would hear, "Mijo, mijo." They thought it was the bird, but many, especially the elders, thought, "No, that's not the bird. That's the girl looking for her son." And she would often go around the August time frame when this happened, and since she couldn't find him, she would go to the greater area, the province, to other parts of the country, and it's even told that she's been to other countries as well, looking for her son, even here in the US and Florida. So if you're ever at night, you're walking by a river, and you hear, "Mijo, mijo," it could be the bird, or it could be La Tuli Vieja.